no time to even think, which happens to be when I'm at my best. In a flash, I snagged the painting right out of the air, landed on the roof, nice and smooth, sticking the landing, as Bernie calls it, then let the painting go, wheeled around, and trotted over to the perp. He seemed to be hanging from the roof by his fingertips. That couldn't have been easy. I felt proud of him in a way, as though he belonged to me, which he sort of did, although he probably didn't realize it yet. I looked down at him. He looked up at me. His eyes were, how to put this, terrified, maybe? Something like that. "Help! Help me!" He turned out to have a squeaky voice, not at all pleasant, especially to ears like mine, so sensitive to the tinny and the shrill. "Chet!" That was Bernie, calling from the first rooftop. He stood at the edge, his lovely face a bit worried, for no reason I could see. "Be careful, big guy. Don't take any risks." "Huh?" said the perp, still hanging off the roof and now kicking his legs a bit, as though he might swim his way up. What a strange thought. Meanwhile, I was trying to remember what a risk was, but it just wouldn't come. "Help me! Help me!" Poor guy. The swimming thing wasn't working at all, and he seemed to be slipping. I went to the edge with the idea of leaning over, grabbing him by the scruff of the neck, and then digging in with my paws and hoisting him up. But before I could start any of that, he flailed out with one hand and grabbed onto one of my front legs. "Let him go!" Bernie shouted. But then I'll fall." "So what?" Bernie said. "Really?" said the perp. Although not particularly strong-looking, he turned out to have an iron grip, at least in this particular situation. I tried to pull my leg free, but got nowhere, and began sliding closer and closer to the edge. Bernie reached into his pocket, drew the .38 Special. "Let him go or I'll shoot," he said. "I'll take my chances," said the perp. Whoa! Didn't he know Bernie was a crack shot? Could shoot holes through dimes spinning in midair? What other reason could there be for such a strange remark? I decided to forgive him, although Bernie didn't look like he was in a forgiving mood. In fact, I'd never seen him so mad. His face looked almost ugly, maybe the most astonishing sight I'd seen in my whole life. He jammed the .38 Special back in his pocket, lowered his head, started running in a quick little circle, and then charged toward us across the roof. "No, Bernie, no! Not with your bad leg! Stay! Sit! Stay!" Sit, stay, as I knew very well, only worked some of the time. It didn't work on Bernie. Not now. He came soaring, kind of, across the gap between the warehouses, cleared it by plenty, or at least some, and stuck the landing. Just about. "Ouch!" he said, but not loud. Then he picked himself up and hurried over, reached down, grabbed our perp by the collar, and kind of flipped him right up and onto the roof. The perp lay panting on his back. Between pants, he said, "Thanks, buddy. My whole life flashed before my eyes." "Punishment enough," Bernie said. The perp's eyes widened. You mean you're letting me go?" Bernie gazed down at him. His anger faded away, real fast, and he started laughing. He laughed and laughed, not in the least angry anymore, but happy. That made me happy. I was so happy I came close to prancing around on the rooftop, but that wouldn't have been professional. So instead I grabbed the perp by the pant leg, the most professional move that came to mind. Case closed. "Oh, thank you, said Mr. Rusk, taking the painting from Bernie. He held it up at arm's length and gazed at those cowboys around the campfire. Remington at the height of his powers. Did you ever dream we'd see it again, Irene? We stood at the front entrance to a huge house way up in the hills above High Chaparral Estates, the richest neighborhood in the whole valley, although no neighboring houses could be seen from this spot. Me, Bernie, and Mr. and Mrs. Rusk, the clients, they looked much younger than they smelled. True about a lot of the folks up here in the hills, but perhaps not something you yourself would have noticed, your sense of smell being what it is. No offense. "Not at first," Irene said, "but I changed my mind after meeting Bernie." She reached out as though to take Bernie's hand.